Surat al-Anfal, chapter of the Windfalls. In the name of Allah, the merciful, the compassionate, they ask thee about the windfalls. Say the windfalls belong to Allah and Messenger. So show piety towards Allah and set right what is between you. Obey Allah and His Messenger. If ye be believers, the believers are those whose hearts thrill with fear when Allah is mentioned, whose faith the recitation of His signs increases, and who on their Lord do rely, who observe the prayer, and of what we have provided them with do contribute. These are the true believers. For them is in store degrees in the presence of their Lord, forgiveness and a worthy provision. As thy Lord caused thee to go forth from thy house by the truth, though part of the believers were adverse, disputing with thee as to the truth, after it had become clear, as if they were being driven forth to death with their eyes open. Recall when Allah was promising you that one of the two parties should be yours, and ye were wishing that the one without armed protection might be yours, but Allah was intending to verify the truth in His words. Recall when you were calling upon your Lord for help, and He responded to you, I am going to reinforce you with 1,000 of the angels as auxiliaries. Allah meant simply that as good tidings, and that thereby your hearts may be at peace. Help comes only from Allah. Verily Allah is sublime wise. Recall when Allah was promising you that one of the two parties should be yours, and you were wishing that the one without armed protection might be yours. Verily Allah was intending to verify the truth by His words and to completely overthrow the unbelievers, in order that He might verify the truth and falsify the false, even though the sinners were adverse. And when He was causing languor to envelop you as a security from Himself, and sending down upon you water from the heaven to purify you thereby, and take away from you the pollution of Satan, and that He might gird up your hearts, and thereby set firm your feet, when thy Lord was suggesting to the angels, I am with you, so set firm those who have believed. I shall cast terror into the hearts of those who have disbelieved, so smite above the necks and smite of them every finger. That is because they broke with Allah and His Messenger. If one breaks with Allah and His Messenger, verily Allah is severe in punishment. Theirs for you, so taste it, and know that for the unbelievers is the punishment of the fire. O ye who have believed, when ye meet those who have disbelieved moving into battle, turn them not your backs. Whosoever turns his back to them, unless it be swerving to a fight or wriggling round to a company, has become liable to anger from Allah, and his resort is Gehenna, a bad destination. Ye did not kill them, but Allah killed them, and when thou didst throw, it was not thou, but Allah who threw, and it was that He might cause the believers to experience something good from Himself, and verily Allah is one who hears and knows. That's for you, and know that Allah makes weak the craft of the unbelievers. If ye ask for an issue, the issue has come to you. If ye desist, it will be better for you. If ye return, we shall return, and your company will not avail you, even though it be numerous. Know that Allah is with the believers. O ye who have believed, obey Allah and His Messenger, and turn not away from Him, even while ye hear. Be not like those who said, we have heard, though they were not hearing. Verily the worst of beasts in Allah's eyes are the deaf and dumb, who do not understand. If Allah had known any good in them, He would have made them hear, but if He had made them hear, they would have turned away, averting themselves. O ye who have believed, respond to Allah and to the Messenger when He calls you to what will give you life. Know that Allah interposes between a man and his own heart, and that to Him you will be rounded up, and seek protection against a trial which will not fall, especially upon those of you who have done wrong, know that Allah is severe in punishment. Remember when ye were few and downtrodden in the land, and feared that the people would forcibly carry you off, but he gave you refuge and supported you by his help, and provided you with the good things. Mayhap ye might be thankful, O ye who have believed. Do not be unfaithful to Allah and the Messenger, and be not unfaithful to your trust when ye know, and know that your wealth and children are a temptation, and that with the law is a great reward. But those who have disbelieved to Gehenna will be rounded up, that Allah may distinguish the vile from the good, and place the vile one on top of the other, and pile all up together, and place it in Gehenna. They are losers. O ye who have believed, if ye show piety towards Allah, he will appoint for you a furqan, and will absolve you from your evil deeds and forgive you. Verily Allah is of mighty bounty. Recall when those who have disbelieved were plotting against thee to bring thee to a stand, or kill thee, or expel thee. They were plotting, and Allah was plotting. But Allah is the best plotters. When our signs were being recited to them, they said, we have heard. If we liked, we could say something as good as this. This is nothing but old world tales. Recall when they said, O Allah, if this be the truth, from the rain upon us, stones from the heaven are come to us with painful punishment. But Allah was not one to punish them whilst thou wert amongst them, nor was Allah going to punish them while they were asking pardon. But what is there about them now that Allah should not punish them when they are debarring people from the sacred mosque, they not being its protectors? For it is only the pious who are its protectors, but most of them do not know. Their prayer at the house was nothing but whistling and clapping of hands. So taste the punishment for the unbelief ye have been showing. Those who have disbelieved are contributing their wealth in order to debar people from the way of Allah, and will go on doing so, but after a while it will be a grief to them, and they will be overcome then. But those who have disbelieved to the Gehenna will be rounded up, that Allah may distinguish the vile from the good, and place the vile one on top the other, and place all up together, and place it in Gehenna. They are the losers. Say to those who have disbelieved, if they desist, what is past will be forgiven them, but if they return, what invariably happened to those of olden time is seen in the past. Fight them until there is no dissension, and the religion is entirely Allah's. If they desist, Allah of what they do is observant, but if they turn away, then know that Allah is your patron, excellent helper, and know that if ye take anything as spoil, that to Allah belongs a fifth of it, and to the messenger, and to the relatives, the orphans, the poor, and the follower on the way, if ye have believed in Allah, and what we sent down to our servant on the day of Furqan, the day the two parties met. Allah over everything hath power. Recall when ye were upon the nearer bank, and they upon the farther, and the caravan below you. If ye had made an appointment to fight, ye would have failed to keep it, but the fight took place, that Allah might carry out an affair which was to be done, and that those who perished might perish because of an evidence of Allah's intervention, and that those who remained alive might remain alive because of an evidence. Verily Allah is one who hears and knows. Recall when Allah caused thee to see them in thy dream as few in number. If he had caused thee to see them as numerous, ye would have been faint-hearted and vied with each other in withdrawing from the affair, but Allah kept you sound in heart. He knoweth what is in the breasts. Recall when he caused you to see them, when ye meet as few in your eyes, and made you few in their eyes, that Allah might carry out an affair that was to be made done, for to Allah are made to return all affairs. O ye who have believed, when ye meet a hostile party, stand firm, and call Allah frequently to mind. Mayhap ye will succeed. Obey Allah and his messenger, and vie not with each other in withdrawing, so that ye become faint-hearted and your reputation go, but endure patiently. Verily Allah was with those who patiently endure, and be not like those who went out from their houses in conceit and ostentation to turn others from the way of Allah, but Allah, what they doth comprehend. Recall when Satan made their actions appear fine to them and said, there is no one among the people to prevail over you today, for I am your neighbor. But when the two parties faced each other, he took to his heels and said, I am done with you. I see what ye do not see. I fear Allah, for Allah is severe in punishment. Recall when the hypocrites and those in whose hearts is disease were saying their religion has deluded these people. But if one sets his trust upon Allah, Allah is sublime wise. Could one only see when the angels are calling in those who have disbelieved, beating them before and behind, and saying, taste the punishment of the burning? And that is because of what your hands have sent on before, and because Allah is not a wrongdoer to his servants. After the fashion of the family of Pharaoh and those before them, they disbelieve in the signs of Allah, and Allah took hold of them for their sins. Verily Allah is strong, severe in punishment. And that is because Allah is not one to alter good, which he hath bestowed upon a people until they alter what is in themselves, and because Allah is one who hears and knows. After the fashion of the family of Pharaoh and those before them, they counted false the signs of their Lord, and we destroyed them for their sins. And we drowned the family of Pharaoh. Every one of them were doing wrong. And Satan said, I am done with you, and I see what ye do not see. I fear Allah, for Allah is severe in punishment. It's getting, I want to make mistakes. Verily, the worst of the beasts in Allah's eyes are those who have disbelieved and who do not believe, those of them whom thou hast covenanted, and who then violate their covenant every time, showing no piety. So if thou comest upon them at all in war, then by their fate scattered in fright, those who are behind them mayhap they will take warning. If thou fearest treachery at all from any people, cast back to them thy covenant equally. Verily Allah loveth not the treacherous. Think not that those who have disbelieved have stolen a march on thee. Verily they will not frustrate thy plan. Where's 62? Oh. Prepare ye for them whatsoever force and cavalry ye are capable of gathering, to overawe thereby the enemy of Allah, and your own, as well as others besides them whom ye know not, but whom Allah knows. Whatever ye contribute in the cause of Allah will be repaid in full, and ye will not be wronged. And if they incline to make peace, incline thou to it, and set thy trust upon Allah. Verily he is hearer, the knower. If they intend to outwit thee, then what thou hast to count upon is Allah, who hath aided thee by his help and by the believers, and hath knit their hearts together. If thou hast expended all that is in the earth, thou wouldst not have knit their hearts together, but Allah hath knit them. Verily he is the sublime, the wise. O thou prophet, what thou hast to count upon is Allah, and those who follow thee of the believers. O thou prophet, stir up the believers to fight. If there be 20 of you who endure, they will overcome 200, and if there be 100 of you, they will overcome 1,000. And of those who have disbelieved, because they are people of no intelligence, now Allah hath made it lighter for you, and knoweth that there is weakness amongst you. So if there be 100 of you who endure, they will overcome 200, and if there be 1,000 of you, they will overcome 2,000 by the permission of Allah. Allah is with those who endure. It was not for a prophet to have prisoners, so as to cause havoc in the land. Ye intend the chance gains of this world, but Allah intends the hereafter. Allah is sublime wise. Had it not been for a book from Allah which preceded, there would have come upon you in regard to what you have taken a mighty punishment. So eat of the spoil ye have taken as permission and good, and show piety towards the law. Allah is forgiving, compassionate. O thou prophet, say to the prisoners who are in your hands, if Allah knoweth any good in your hearts, he will give you something better than what has been taken from you, and will forgive you. Allah's forgiving, compassionate. If they intend to deal treacherously with thee, well, they have dealt treacherously with Allah before, and he hath shown that it was possible to deal with them. Allah is knowing, wise. Those who have believed and emigrated and striven with goods and person in the cause of Allah, and those who have afforded shelter and help are friends one to the other. But towards those who have believed and have not immigrated, ye have no duties of relationship whatever until they immigrate. If, however, they ask your help in the matter of religion, it is your duty to help them, unless it be against the people with whom ye have a compact. A law of what ye do is observant, and those who have disbelieved are friends one to the other. Unless ye do this, there will be dissension in the land and great corruption. Those who have believed and emigrated and striven with goods and persons in the cause of Allah, and those who have afforded shelter and help, are the true believers. For them is in store forgiveness and a worthy provision. But those who have believed afterwards and have emigrated and striven along with you belong indeed to your community. But those who are related in blood are nearer to each other in the book of Allah. Verily Allah everything doth know.